Hello, my name is Alexander Saltos. I am a student at USF, and for my final project I decided to make something that took advantage of the optical sensors and depth sensors of the Microsoft Kinect. So I came up with a set of Kinect controlled arms. These are some of the final renders I made in CAD. Didn't change much from my original design. The biggest changes were that I made the arms a lot smaller and a lot thinner just because the servos weren't strong enough to lift up the weight of the arm when they were that size. Here's another shot of it when it's pulled, everything's put together, and finally I have an animation of the arms moving. This is the block diagram for my project. As you can see, it is very simple. The Kinect talks to the computer via USB, then processing does all the calculations and then sends that information to the Arduino via Bluetooth or cable. I can use either or. Cable is a lot more reliable though. And then the Arduino sends the appropriate angle to the correct servo. So this is my Arduino setup. As you can see, it is very similar to the block diagram where I have 4 servos plugged into the Arduino directly, and for power I have the 5 volts from the Arduino to the breadboard and then all 4 servos plug in there. However, if you do plan to use something heavier than small 3D printed arms that are about 6 inches long and 1 inch thick, you might need to use an external power source because at this point the motors are already given in its all. So if you plan to use something heavier, you will need to use an external power source. Okay, so now you are going to get to see a demo of how my Kinect arms work. This would be the screen that you would see on your computer. The way that my arms work is that the processing will create vectors between your shoulder and your hip and your shoulder and your elbow, and then measure the relative angle there, and then create another vector from your elbow to your hand, and then measure that angle in respect to where your shoulder and your elbow are. And then it does the same thing for both sides. Now I'm going to show you a video of my actual robot working, and hopefully you like it. So here it is, my robot working. As you can see, the arms move independent of each other, and you can see me in the background. Unfortunately, I couldn't make a longer video because this was very difficult to film since it takes 2 people to work this, but I really hope you guys enjoyed my project.